What's going on, y'all? 75JUNCTION. It's your boy Sherm. These are my co-hosts, Aric and Ant.
What's up?
Shiino's not with us tonight. He has some things he had to tend to, so we're gonna rock with just Three Musketeers tonight. The original crew, what we started with. We back here.
True.
You like that?
Shots.
Three Musketeers.
He said shots.
Rondo coming for you.
Nah,
he got
man.
fired.
He understand, man. He understand. It's all good.
Hey, that's what y'all said in the podcast. I won't dare. You said me and Rondo got fired. I saw that.
Yeah, y'all got five for episode.
Y'all
got five for episode.
And I got rehired. Okay.
Yeah. I ain't tell you though.
I convinced him, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He won't gonna take you back.
Yeah.
He had 6 other people lined up. I said, dang, what you got
I
for me?
did. The line is
You
is
was an
rather
add-on
extensive.
to the podcast.
That's what I'm saying. I told him what you got for me then. You probably got.
I was the OG. I was the
You
original.
probably just got a puppy for me. If y'all lose me, I just put a dog up in.
I mean, I think a
What?
dog.
Oh, that would be dope. Yeah.
Yeah, a dog would be a dope ass.
It would be
Word.
dope to
What type
replace
of
me
dog
with a
though?
dog.
What type of dog?
A dash hound.
A dash. Oh, I know what that is.
Dash hound would be nice. Or we could get a little pit bull, a little puppy pit bull, and just put him in Eric's spot. Just put the mic there.
That would be fire.
Yeah, hear him pant. He'd be like, in the mic.
You know how
what I'm
many?
saying?
You know how
It's
many
rather-
likes
it's
they
real
get
cute.
on the videos for the little like dog videos?
Yeah, it's real
They
cute.
get mad. They get like millions of likes sometimes.
Yeah, that would make the podcast.
He may be
blow.
a great addition to the podcast.
That would make the podcast blow. Yeah, hey, let's do that, bro.
We'll talk about it later.
Let's do that. Yeah,
we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk.
We'll
offline
figure that
about
out.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all good.
So yeah, look for a new job. Just letting you know now.
Or just another job, whatever.
Right.
Jobs pay me, bitch.
Wow, I don't pay you in snacks when you come here.
Lucky Charms.
Can we start over, bro?
Go all that.
Yo, that was a
man.
good take, yo. That
Yeah,
was a hot
yeah.
take right there. I like that.
It's a little spicy. Not too spicy. You know what I'm saying? It was like a little sampler from Sam's Club.
I'm tired, so I'm like mad slow to the joke. Like he told a joke, I was like,
You couldn't even
oh,
rebuttal
yeah.
it. Tried to rebuttal.
He's sitting here processing the thing. After the fact, he's like, damn, you got me, bro.
You be eating the whole box.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about a few things today though. It's gonna be a quicker podcast today. Eric is tired, he gotta work tomorrow. And I'm honestly kinda tired too, so
yeah.
I gotta go back to work, so I'm bullshitting. But hey Ant, why don't we switch it up, man? Go ahead and lead us, bro. What we talking about today, bro?
I mean, one topic we could talk about is probably like relationships,
What about relationships?
girls maybe,
Okay.
because it's 3 guys. We don't have a girl's perspective, so
Right.
We can just talk about
So
the
why
guys.
don't have this conversation then?
Nah.
Nah, so
He
we
can
can talk
play-
about the
he
guy perspective.
You know, Ant like to play devil's advocate, so we're gonna be good.
I'm not gonna act like a girl.
Whoa.
I just think I just think it's funny how you guys keep doing.
Yeah, you do that too. What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we're doing.
That was the
Really?
go-to.
Been practicing.
Really?
That was the go-to.
Nah. So what about relationships, man? What about in
I
particular?
mean, well, all right. What do y'all think like a good quality relationship like entails? Like, what should it have? What are like key
like
components?
necessities. Trust is a big one. Communication
Yeah, big one.
and really that's the major. Like I would say those are the 2 major components: is trust and
Loyalty.
communication.
Loyalty.
Well, I feel like loyalty comes with trust.
It kind of does.
But I get it is separate because trust is just what you instill in somebody. Loyalty is aspect of that specific individual morals that they have.
It's very
So-
similar but specific.
Right, they go hand in hand, but
Yeah.
they're not the same. Yeah, I would say those are the big 3: is trust, loyalty, and communication. Because if you don't communicate, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have issues because y'all don't convey your emotions, y'all don't convey your feelings. You don't know what that other person is feeling and about a specific thing that you do. You know what I'm saying? Because like it becomes very passive aggressive when you don't have communication. Because somebody might do something and you don't like it, but you're like, oh, I love him, I'm gonna let it slide. You know, blah blah blah.
But
And
I
then-
never seen either one of y'all with a girlfriend. Y'all always slaying every weekend. So what are y'all talking about?
You're not about to do this.
So as I was saying,
Exactly.
you
We
go
gonna
ahead,
ignore that.
right? So you know what I'm saying, you keep on seeing these things that happen, and you kept on letting them pass. So the person in their mind, they're like, oh yeah, this is acceptable, this is cool, it's not a problem, because they're not saying nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then after the fact, come, you ain't put the dishes up. They're like, you know what? I'm sick of your shit. You always leaving the lights on. You leaving the toilet seat up. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, damn, I thought that shit was cool. You never said nothing to me.
It gets live
Is that
once you
what she
live
did to
together.
you?
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people, like even just besides relationships, lack good communication.
Yeah, especially nowadays.
I really think people think they know how to communicate, but aren't that great at it.
Right.
So I think,
What you think?
in my opinion, right, if you love somebody, for me, love is the satisfaction that you get making someone else happy. So I think it's not the fact that people don't have the words to put together to communicate. I think it's the resilience to be able to grow with somebody. Because like when you're growing with somebody, you tend to butt heads. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's some compromises involved with that, right?
Well, I'm not
That's
saying
another
bump
thing I meant
heads
to
is
say.
that it can't work
Compromise.
out. I'm just saying like
Yeah, true.
as you grow, right? You're not how do I put this? You're not really understanding how you're growing. So you're gonna make mistakes, and that person's gonna see that. And you might have had the greatest communication in the first 6 months, but after seeing this person make these mistakes or those mistakes or that, you start to kind of bend how you say things to people, and that's what kind of messes it up. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, if you was a dude who never had money, and then you got money, right? It's like your girl would instinctively know you probably don't want to talk about that. But then there might be a situation that plays out where you need to be humbled, but she can't bring it to you because she knows that's going to stir up a whole bunch of other stuff.
Well, I think that's where the communication part comes in.
But I'm saying it's not that she doesn't know what to say, what to communicate. It's the fact that if you don't have that resilience, if you don't have that level-headedness in a relationship, then it's like it's gonna start because to me, in my opinion, when you first get with somebody, it's all fun and games, right? Like it's like,
Kinda,
oh yeah,
yeah.
I can see you say this, you say that, and then
The
as you
honeymoon
get,
phase.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then as
that,
you get to
yeah.
know the person, you're like, I know if I say that, you know what I'm saying?
But
I know if I worded it like this, it might. You kind of think harder as you get into it.
But see, that's why I feel like that saying, like, keep that same energy. We hear a lot. I feel like that's important. Like when you first, and people do that too. I know that I've experienced it myself in certain dates and stuff like that. Like certain people, they act a certain way or they try to be on their best behavior in the beginning, which I mean, I get like maybe you have a level of respect for that person or something like that. But honestly, if you can't be yourself around somebody, you probably weren't like, you probably have some like intentions in your head or expectations like you're supposed to be a certain way for this person,
Right.
and you don't feel comfortable around this person to be yourself.
Nah,
But you're kind of like given a different perception because you're kind of not behaving exactly like you would normally.
But nah, because how do I?
Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out the words to put this in. Like, you can't really put a standard on relationships because everybody governs them differently. And then
I know,
on top
true.
of that,
I
like
thought you were a man of
people-
standards.
Yeah,
people are different. Like some people,
yeah.
like they open up quickly and then they close up because they realize they open up so quickly. Some people take forever to open up, so it's just like
I'm like that.
I
take a
can't really
while.
put, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't really put this and that to it because this person might be acting extra not because they don't feel like they can be. All right, so you just said right, they don't feel like they can be themselves. But this person might be wanting to be more of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
I see both sides of what y'all are saying. Go ahead.
Technically what I was really saying, because I agree with what you're saying, but what I was trying to say was somebody that's acting different themselves. It's one thing to hold back and not give all of yourself to somebody, like not be that outgoing yet because you have to get comfortable with somebody, and it's different to just like. I mean, like some guys, I don't even just use a gender, but it's normally kind of like that in most cases. Like the guy's kind of betraying to act as he's trying to act like what he thinks a girl wants or what the girl likes or something like that.
Putting
No,
on a
I'm not.
facade.
That's why I wasn't.
like, what?
I wasn't trying to say. I wasn't trying to say in a gender way. I was using it as an example, but either way, girl or the guy, they try to act like what they think the other person likes, and then once they get comfortable with them, then give their self. But then it's like it's not the same. It's different.
Well, I feel like that's age group too, because I feel like when you're like 16, 17, 18, you're still trying to figure out. I mean, you really up into your 20s too. You're trying to figure out who you are, as opposed to when you get older. It's like now that you're kind of just trying to find like-minded people. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're young, you might have friends in every different direction. It's almost like you kind of pride yourself on having so much diverse friends, but as you get older, it's like, no, me and John like the same TV show, and like he might like a different car, but we both like cars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying.
It's definitely age group too, because like you said, when you're younger, your mind state is more focused on trying to fit in. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be, fake it till you make it almost.
Or even trying to find the thing that you do love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're just open to try new things because you don't know what you completely like yet.
Right. You're still in the developmental stages of finding yourself. So that is understandable. As you progress through life, once you get in your, later 20s, early 30s, obviously I'm not at that point yet, but I feel like mentally I am. You know what I'm saying? You kind of start to sit back. That's funny, right? You start to sit back and you look at what appeals to you. And because you already know what you want, you already know you're looking for long term. You settle down. You're like, all right, I've done what I wanted to do. Now I'm in it for the long ride. You know what I'm saying? And you at this point to yourself, where you're looking for somebody to settle down with and to kind of just stop playing the games.
Don't put me in y'all box, player.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you out here.
You out here journey, cut.
Right.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You look at me like
Pussy slave since '92.
Nah.
It's okay. We won't put you out there.
Messing up.
But yeah, I mean, like you said, it is an age thing, because as you're older, there's no games no more, man. You know what I'm saying? You're both adults. You both realize life is short. You got limited time, so you're not gonna sit there and waste your time. You know exactly what you want. You know exactly who you're looking for.
You know what's sad? If you really think about it, at least for me, right? Getting to that point, I kind of feel bad in the sense I'm like, dang, is this how girls always felt?
What you mean?
What you mean?
Like, now that I'm 26, I'm kind of calming down. I'm like, yeah, it's like I don't want to go out as much. I like going to work and coming home to something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
me
now,
too. I ain't gonna lie.
Now it's like, dang, did Shorty feel like this at like 22? And I was just running wild. Just think about how girls are.
They say that women mature faster than
right.
men.
So it's like most girls back then, if you really had to just sat down with them, they might have just sat down with you. But my mind wasn't working like that. Like,
I mean, you take time
I'm not
to
saying
develop.
every girl. There's a lot of girls that was like guys too. But
that's what I think. That's one of the biggest key components to finding like a real serious relationship is first you have to find yourself. And like some people,
be a whore.
Some people like I know. Okay.
Wow. Hey,
we have a special guest on the podcast.
Yeah, special guest Alexa's in the building. Shout out to Alexa. Welcome. Oh, she listen? Nah.
That's Aric's mistress.
Oh wow. Hey, real quick,
Alexa too.
I just want to
switch.
Has
no standards.
You got them all.
Well, first of all, Alexa's promiscuous. She's for everybody. I'm serious.
And she lives with you.
And you got her.
No, she don't just live with me.
You got her all live.
She lives with millions of Americans. Okay, we're not doing this. Bro.
You're right.
Anyway, I want to switch gears real quick. I just want to say, Aric, you look rather nice today. You put yourself together very well. You got a nice fit on. I like the jacket. I've never seen a bubble jacket with the zipper right there. That shit is fly.
With the zipper,
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being so serious.
You talking about here?
No, right here. Like, you know how like some jackets will have the zipper on the side?
No, I seen that.
I haven't seen it on a bubble jacket.
He's like, nah, it's been done.
I seen it on the bubble jacket.
Really? Mm-hmm. What brand?
North Face.
Hell no.
I have.
Hell no.
Well, that might
we can look it up after the podcast.
Because it's a BMW jacket, so it's like the European
motorcycle,
type.
yeah.
But a lot of jackets do that in general.
That's a motorcycle. That's a motorcycle style. When you got
but
the
then they
zippers
also got
right
the
there.
little jump. You know what I'm saying? Well,
I mean, I get what you're saying because most of the time it's like
most of they shit.
It's not a zipper; it's something else to tighten up the wrist.
Right.
But I have seen that before for sure.
I'm sorry, we went on a tangent, and I know that's not what you wanted, bro. I apologize.
Yeah,
I don't really care. We just have a conversation
from work.
Anthony beats me after every podcast.
You said I what?
He beats me after every podcast. It's not a pleasant
I have
experience.
no recollection.
Episode is getting very personal.
It's getting weird.
I need somebody to call Child Protective Services on him.
Yo,
Okay, so like I was saying,
for a grown man.
No, seriously though, back to what we were saying though.
okay, like I was saying before.
Right. No.
Before that,
I'll piggyback off of what you were saying.
oh, okay.
You're
All right.
You're becoming appalled of me more and more every moment.
Nah, so I do feel like I do agree with that notion. You gotta find yourself, and I feel like before you can be happy with somebody else, you need to learn to be happy with yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you can't be happy with yourself and where you're at in life and who you are as an individual, you know what I'm saying? You have no business being in a relationship with somebody else because you're trying to cater to them, and you haven't even catered to yourself first. You don't even know.
I can't even say that though.
But see,
because I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I've seen relationships where people have gotten together mad young,
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of cases, they stick together because they lack a lot of stuff in their own household,
or they grew together.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, it was like, well, I don't really know how to treat a man, and I don't really know how to treat a woman, and then it just became, well, now I'm learning how to treat you. So then they were 15, 16, 17, 18.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, oh, snap, I've already built a lifestyle with this person. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Yeah.
but that's not saying that they're not happy with themselves. That's what I'm saying. You have to be happy with yourself before you can be happy with somebody else.
But they don't even know who they are.
That's got nothing to being happy with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
kinda
That's
different,
separate. Because I could not know who I still don't know who I am entirely. Nobody truly knows who they are.
I mean, if you
in
constantly
life
keep
because
growing,
you're always changing in life. There's always something that happens in your life that causes you to shift. You know what I'm saying?
well, I know some people that are stubborn. They stay the same all the time.
certain aspects, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, as a whole, there are things in your
I
life
feel
that
like
change.
LeBron knows himself.
You think so?
Yeah.
He probably does. Ain't gonna lie.
I'm pretty sure he's
He
changed.
gives off that vibe. He did.
But I ideally, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be happy with yourself, and that's just saying you as a person at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because a miserable person getting in a relationship with somebody that isn't miserable is going to make them miserable. You know what I'm saying? Misery loves company. That saying holds true in every aspect of the saying. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that's why some people like move apart, because there's probably one person in the relationship that does know their self and another person that doesn't, not necessarily not know their self, because I don't like to say it like that, but just hasn't fully developed into who they want to become or who they want to be.
Yeah.
Or haven't experienced a lot, and that's why they find those differences where they don't grow together, because this person has already grown so much and this person has so much to go.
To me, that's just why younger women date older dudes, because it's like,
Bro,
Yeah.
I never understood that, like, well, in high school at least, because I was like, you putting this dude in like some hot water, like. I'm talking about like,
when there's that age difference.
I'm talking about girls who was like 16,
Like
was
Tiger
messing with
and
dudes
Kylie.
that was like 25.
I'm not
I was
talking
like,
about
wow.
that. I'm not
No,
talking
I know
about
what
that
you're
at all.
talking about. You're talking about
That's
after
like
high school.
That's a 9-year difference.
Eric, I'm talking about something completely different than what you
What
was
about
talking
Tiger
about.
and Kylie? That's like borderline.
Yo, that's a weird
That was.
situation, because
That
it's just
was.
like, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, all right, so think of it from a Tiger perspective like this. I'm just making it up.
Mm-hmm.
You hanging out and you notice she like you, and you know she got 2 more years, and it's like, it ain't even just about like physically. It's like, she's gonna be a powerhouse. Like, even if you're not in it for the money, let's say Tiger had money, like more money, you know what I'm saying, than her. It's like,
He was still straight.
she's gonna. That's nice to have on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a powerhouse. She a powerhouse. Let's just powerhouse it on up. So it's kind of like, yo,
Powerhouse
you
it
might
on up.
just sit down. Do I think he should sleep with an underage person? No. But if he came around every Christmas and Thanksgiving and hung out, knowing
But the thing is, though,
that's a $1 billion chick right there. We're not talking about
Now she is.
Keisha down the street.
but we don't. I mean, we
Sharkeisha.
we see what is on the news sites and the tabloids and stuff like that. But we don't know the type of conversations they were having when she was younger. Like maybe he was taking advantage of her. That's the whole.
Maybe she was putting on. Maybe she made it seem like it was more than
But that's
what
the
happened.
thing. We don't really know what that situation. But the bad part is if his intentions and the way he was talking was inappropriate to somebody that was still underage. That's always the issue with it.
I never seen anything he said to her that was crazy.
You never know. Yeah.
So.
But he obviously has something because he ended up wanting to be with her as soon as she got over age. So
yeah, that's true. He didn't put a bun in the oven though. He missed the bag.
I
Travis
always
secured it,
have to hear the
Travis
context
sealed
before I judge the story. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I know.
Now, don't get me wrong. If it's extreme, like you know what I'm saying, no. But like a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old, it's like, all right, I gotta hear it. You feel me? Like, oh, y'all grew up together.
I mean, 16 and 18 is different though. That's very close.
I would say there's certain
I would
rules.
say that's passable. Honestly.
There's certain rules.
I mean, it's illegal. But
There's
it was
certain-
like,
no,
let me hear
There's
the
certain
story.
laws. There's certain laws where like if you're only like I think 2 or 3 years
It's only
apart.
2 years.
Is it 2 years? Is that for the United States or like a
I
certain
don't know.
state?
I think it's-
So I don't know
I think
specifically.
it's Virginia.
I never had to deal with
But
it.
the, but the crazy thing is, even if it's 2 years, like say you're like 18 and
You're
she's
16?
16, or you're 19 and she's 17, it's
Yeah.
like, what is so significant once they
To
turn
me,
18?
though-
Like, ooh,
No,
they're 18
wait,
now.
wait,
they're
wait.
they're a grown adult now. They just completely
No,
metamorphosized
but wait
between
a
that
minute.
1 day difference.
17 and 19 is different than 16 and 18. Like, you can damn near be 18 graduating. You know what I'm saying? To be 19.
You can graduate at 17 as well. I graduated at 17.
Yeah, but most people don't. You know what I'm saying? Most people, I mean, not most people don't at 17, but like 19 is solidified almost that you've been out the house a little bit. So it's like,
Hell no.
Or you could have been. You could
Yeah.
still
Hell
be.
no. I know
you
people
could
that
still be in
live
high
their mama
school.
crib and they 24 years old.
You could
but
still.
is
A
that
lot of people.
typical?
And this generation,
It
yes,
is.
it
So
is.
you're
It
saying
is.
it's typical that a person went all the way through 18. I could see if they coming back and they want to buy a house next year. I'm talking about lived from 18 all the way through 24.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this generation, yes,
Yeah.
it is.
That's true.
Oh, excuse me.
You disagree?
I was unaware.
Okay.
Because like
There's-
when
there's
you're
plenty-
when you're
a lot of
17,
people,
18,
yeah.
you're at that point where you're like, I can't stand my parents to the point where I'll do anything. I'll
That depends on your
2-3
household
jobs.
too. It depends on your household too.
It really
True.
does.
Because
it's not always
so
the
if you
same.
don't get along with your family, you know what I'm saying, then yeah, you gonna move out as soon as you can. But you know what I'm saying, if you get along with your peoples and they're like, yeah, you know, I know you in college, I don't mind if you stay under our roof as long
That
as you're
too.
doing something. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
a lot of
that
black
happens a lot.
people go through the whole. Your parents want you out at 18.
No, that's-
you
that-
want to be
yeah.
out at 18.
That-
Everybody's trying to
Mostly
get out
it's
at
like
18.
that,
Yeah.
That is true. The black community does put their kids out a lot. I wish it was different in the sense that black families let their kids stay longer because,
A little
like, for
bit
example,
longer,
my parents let me stay in the crib till I was 22, and I decided to move out. But even still, that helped
You
me
was set up.
a lot.
It helps
Yeah.
support,
I
it
got
helps
to
support
save-
you.
Set up.
They won't charge me, bro. They won't charge me no rent.
Ooh.
I was under their phone plan. Like, literally, bro, I was like saving my money up. I was able
That's
to
good,
do
though.
whatever I wanted.
Yeah, they're
and I was able to
supporting
get a
you.
crib. You know what I'm saying? If a
Yeah.
lot more black families did that, we would be in a way better position. You know what I'm saying? Starting off. You know what I'm saying? Because if you kick somebody to the curb at 18, now they got to pay for rent. They got to pay for
And
utilities.
then
They got to pay for
but they
car notes.
also
All that
don't
shit.
have those life skills because they haven't been doing. Like, perfect example, right? A lot of college students I notice, or college graduates, not a lot. There's a significant amount. Let's say that they have a hard time working through a straight year, like, and not being off. Like, I got a doctor's appointment. Oh, I gotta, like, being able to just get off 3 days out of a month. You know, they can't just work that straight month because they're not used to that. So 18, I remember when I was 18, it's like, oh, all right, I gotta make this much money to have this stuff. All right, I'm gonna make this plus like $500. I wasn't thinking, oh, I have to maintain this as well. Like having a car. What's the new on that, Joe? Oh, I'm good. Well, how much is tires on this car? What's the oil change on this car? What gas mileage am I getting on the car? Because if I'm not making a lot of money, then this $20 I keep throwing out every couple of days in my tank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nobody,
and
you know what I'm saying? You
that's
don't
a
know
car
that at
salesman
18.
talking right
So
there.
you
You sound like
so you make a lot of mistakes because you don't get to see that pattern. You go from not paying bills to paying bills. Boom.
Yeah,
now it's full
like
time.
that.
You ready. And the first time you mess up, the first time you go out too much, the first time you however you mess up the money, then that goes on your record. You know what I'm saying? As far as your credit and stuff like that. So it's like, if you got to see that, if they was like, hey, pay this water bill, you know what I'm saying? Or they was like, hey, you know, just, we don't learn that type of stuff. We learn like, yo, make your money, pay your bills. Nobody teaches you should make this amount of money in order to know that if this were to happen or this were to happen, you can still pay for this. Right. And that's why, I mean, I know plenty of people, paycheck to paycheck, get the paycheck, run through, and it doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter. Yo, it's people who's making mad bread who cannot get through that 14th day, and they're literally at like $40.
That's because as your income increases, your quality of life increases too. So you're like, oh, instead of a Honda, I could get a BMW.
Well, also,
you know what I'm saying?
Also, that type of stuff looks good for your social media, stuff like that, because a lot of people floss. And
they're
stuff
very,
like
very
that.
impressionable. You know what I'm saying? They want to impress everybody.
Trying to appear a certain way.
Well, I feel like there's layers to it. So there's like the typical person who like really tries to, like the person who's gonna go buy a very expensive car for tax season and get it repossessed in the same year. Like, yeah. But that's like that's really stupid though. Like that, like most people aren't that stupid, you know. Like I know some guys who had a tax check and tried to flip it and it didn't go the way they wanted to. But I can't say it's stupid, you know what I'm saying? Like, but there's other people like, yeah, just spent the whole check like on one item or something, and it wasn't. I'd be like, bro, you ain't never had a dream. Like if you had to spend it on the camera or the computer that's going to do X, Y, and Z, but you spent it on like the car, but you don't have a job. So it's like that ain't even helping you make more money.
I thought I could buy my way in heaven, but I bought myself a necklace.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the end of the podcast.
Y'all don't listen to Kanye? Wow. Okay.
Like,
it was literally the perfect example for what you was talking about, but fuck me, right? Jeez. Tough crowd. Well, do you guys have anything else to add?
Nah, man. This is a good one. This is one of those very random, but gave away some of the behind the scenes antics.
I guess so.
Yeah, there's some gems in here too, though. There's some gems.
I like the conversation. Maybe sometime in the future we can have some ladies or some women come on the podcast and
I definitely want to
give their perspective.
We're segueing into basically Anthony's gonna have a relationship podcast, and that's why he wanted to bring these topics.
I'd have to have a relationship first.
See, he's already.
You're not gonna have a relationship first, that?
I guess so. I mean,
Steve Harvey been married like 4 times. He still be getting advice.
He gonna make a 75JUNCTION spinoff page.
Nah, you already did that.
75 relationships. 75 relationships. Somebody gonna see what the hell? Who got 75 relationships?
Yeah, that sound crazy.
From uptown. See, you need to understand that this type of man.
There's a difference between an uptown guy and a downtown guy. You don't want the downtown guys. They a little rowdy. You know what I'm saying? You want them uptown guys. You know, they real kept together, really nice.
Seems like you got it all planned out. You should start it yourself.
Hey,
you already got the equipment.
I'm giving you the alley-oop. You know what I'm saying? I just need you to slam it in.
You already got the interviews going. I think that's a good addition.
For you. I think that's a good addition. Microphones. You know what I'm saying?
You already set up.
Hey.
You do this. That's what you do.
Hey, and it's your world, bro. I just live in it.
I think you need to interview relationship. You should interview relationship
behind them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's behind you too.
I planned it.
I was leaning more this way.
I planned that actually.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I did that for you, man. That was nice, right? You like it?
Yeah, we should have a. You know what? I'm gonna
you about to start a dating show.
We should have a Valentine's Day podcast.
The whole room gonna be pink.
Valentine's.
Nah. Everybody gotta bring a date.
What?
To the podcast.
That's whack.
Why?
That's whack.
Nah,
we don't like that. We don't even got enough room for that, bro.
We ain't got enough mics.
Don't let these cameras fool you.
Wow. On that note,
I'm cool on that.
Look, he trying to get the comeback. Like it's so weird, like because we gave him the silent treatment earlier.
Nah, but I ain't with that
y'all doing a
either.
little circle jerk? Was that what that was? That was cute. I like that. I'm sorry, and I didn't mean to pull you into that, bro. It was more towards him, but you were just an innocent bystander.
And
Well,
it
all right,
always
y'all.
ends with.
This has been
Sherm
75 Junction. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all listen to us on all streaming platforms. We out here. We got our boy Ant. We got Aric. It's your boy Sherm. This concludes this episode's. This episode's going. Damn it. I'm a failure. I'm new to this.
Episode.
I try to switch up the ending. This concludes this week's podcast. I appreciate y'all listening. All right, y'all. 75 Junction out.
He's gonna edit that.